In 1974, something unexplainable appeared on Fort George Island, Florida. An object so mysterious it defied logic and ignited a firestorm of intrigue. It all started when the Betz family were surveying the aftermath of a small brush fire that had scorched part of their property. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until they stumbled across something gleaming in the ash. It was perfectly round, a metallic sphere. They had no idea this strange orb was about to spark a media firestorm, attract the military and scientific communities, and ignite decades of speculation and conspiracy theories. So what was the Betz Sphere? Was it alien tech, or a top-secret military device, or just an industrial artifact with a wild backstory? Let's try and find out.
Hello, I'm Mike Droberg, a Marine Corps veteran and filmmaker, and we will try to answer these questions on today's episode of Forgotten History.
In the early 1970s, Antoine and Jerry Betz were known around Fort George Island as a friendly, tight-knit couple. Antoine, a marine engineer, was always tinkering with ideas. Jerry shared his curious nature and had a rumored interest in science. Their son, Terry Betz, was a college student considering a future in medicine or research. Together, the Betzes were a thoughtful, inquisitive family who loved exploring beaches and trails near their coastal home. They weren't thrill seekers or conspiracy theorists, just your typical family. But that all changed in the spring of 1974. After extinguishing a small brush fire on their property, the Betzes went out to assess the damage. As they wandered among the charred grass and trees, Terry noticed something glinting in the sunlight. At first, he thought it might be an old cannonball or a relic from Florida's colonial past, the kind of thing you might find buried on a historic island. But as they approached, they realized it was something far stranger. The object was smooth, cool to the touch, and perfectly spherical, about the size of a bowling ball, weighing roughly 22 pounds. There were no seams, no markings, and no signs of corrosion or damage. Intrigued, they took it home. They had no idea what they were bringing into their house. That night, the mystery deepened. The sphere began making strange noises, metallic pings, and faint hums that echoed through the halls. Then things got really unsettling. It began to move by itself, defying gravity and logic, as if guided by an invisible hand. According to the family, it would roll across the floor, unprompted, sometimes changing direction, mid-motion, as if guided by an unseen force. When tapped with a metal object, it produced a clear ringing tone, almost like a tuning fork. Subtle vibrations pulsed through the floors, rattling furniture. The Betzes experimented some more. They placed the sphere on level surfaces and watched it roll in circles, stop abruptly, or avoid obstacles entirely. Skeptics later argued their floors must have been slanted, but the family insisted that they had tested on multiple surfaces, each time with the same eerie results. At this point, they wanted answers. Was this some kind of experimental device, a prototype, or a lost piece of advanced technology? They reached out to local media, scientists, and even the U.S. Navy. Alarmed by reports of an unidentified metallic object, the U.S. Navy quickly intervened, sparking fears of a Cold War cover-up. A mysterious metallic sphere could easily be assumed to be part of a military or strategic interest. But what they discovered only deepened the mystery. The Navy found that it was made of a magnetic ferrous alloy, 431 stainless steel, a material often used in aerospace and missile manufacturing. And despite being exposed to the elements, it showed no rust, scratches, or damage. It weighed exactly 22 pounds, had no visible seams or markings, and was perfectly balanced, yet internally inconsistent. X-ray scans revealed three smaller spheres suspended inside. These inner spheres were denser and surrounded by an unidentified material. The scans couldn't penetrate deep enough to determine their exact structure, and it emitted a weak magnetic field and reacted strangely to electromagnetic fields, occasionally vibrating or shifting. The Navy confirmed that the sphere could roll and stop on its own, likely due to irregular weight distribution, but they couldn't fully explain its behavior. In the end, the Navy determined the sphere wasn't hazardous and didn't appear to be of known military origin. Beyond that, they had no answers. The story exploded. Overnight, the Betz Sphere became national news, a viral sensation decades before social media, captivating believers, skeptics, and everyone in between. UFO enthusiasts were convinced it was proof of extraterrestrial technology. Others argued it was a spy device from a foreign power. Skeptics suggested it was nothing more than a large industrial ball bearing. Then, a new theory emerged, one that seemed plausible but lacked hard evidence. A sculptor named James Durling Jones reportedly used large metal spheres in his modern art installations. Some believed one of his pieces may have been misplaced or rolled off a transport truck near the Betz property. While Durling Jones was never formally linked to the sphere, and no missing sculpture was officially reported, this possibility added new layers to the mystery. With the media circus in full swing, the Betz family became overwhelmed. Their home was inundated with reporters, scientists, curious locals, and self-proclaimed experts. And then, just as quickly as it had risen to fame, the Betz Sphere vanished. Some say the government confiscated it in secret. Others claim the family hid it to escape scrutiny. There are even rumors of break-ins, mysterious cash offers, and late-night visitors demanding the sphere to be handed over. No single story can be confirmed, and that's exactly what keeps this legend alive. But where are the Betzes now? Their trail has gone cold. After the media attention faded, they withdrew from the public eye. Some say they still live in Florida under different names. Others believe they relocated entirely to avoid being hounded by theorists and journalists. Whatever the truth, no recent interviews have surfaced. No confirmed sightings of the sphere have been made in decades. Much like other infamous unexplained artifacts, Betz Sphere now lives in that hazy space between fact and folklore. Was it a piece of alien tech, a Cold War relic, or simply a lost industrial component that behaves strangely under rare conditions? We may never know, but one thing is certain, the Betz Sphere mystery endures. So what do you think? Was it an alien artifact, a government experiment, or just a runaway steel ball with a wild story? Let us know in the comments below.
Thank you for watching Forgotten History. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments or show ideas, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks again.